Okay, I got to do this really fast because the baby's going to start, she's teething, as I said in the other video, and she's going to get fussy here in a minute. So I'm going to try to talk about, what was I going to talk about today? I think I was going to talk about the intake and the follow-up visits with your caseworkers from your agency as well as CPS. It's kind of the same. We haven't had any really home inspections yet, aside from before we got licensed. But we have had, visits with our caseworker from the agency. She comes about once every 2 weeks. And we had a visit with the CPS caseworker because she was new on little Blondie's case. We had the gentleman who dropped her off is no longer on her case, but this new caseworker is. So I'm going to look for my notes here because I want to be sure to not leave anything out. And I should have had this open, but like I said, I'm trying to I have a little window of opportunity here, and I want to take advantage of it. And excuse my hair. It looked so pretty earlier the way I had it fixed, but she's wanting to pull it, so I pulled it back up. And it doesn't really matter. We're just at home today anyway. As you can see, I'm in an old big t-shirt, and it's already wrinkled from playing in the floor with her. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm going to talk about, the intake visit and the follow-up visits. Let me get a little more centered. And as you can see, my messy craft room is all in the back here. So I'm including this all together because it's basically been the same. So after a child is placed in your home by a caseworker, by a CPS caseworker, a caseworker from your agency will be assigned to your family. So far, we've only had 2 placements, and it's been the same caseworker. So I don't know if she's assigned to the family or to the child. I haven't quite figured that part out yet. So I'm telling you the information I'm gathering as we go. So in the CPS caseworker is assigned to the child. We do know that because we have different workers. But of course, our placements have been from different counties. So she's going to get fussy. So I'm going to... What? Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I think I got the baby calmed down. So, anyway, where was I? Okay, well, both of the CPS worker and your caseworker from your agency, if you choose to go through an agency, will come for different visits at different times. Like I said, the caseworker from the agency, she comes about once every 2 weeks just to make sure paperwork is in compliance and the home is in compliance, and to see the baby or the children, and they'll ask questions and stuff. But of course, little Blondie can't answer them. They just see that if she's happy, and they'll ask me questions about what she's doing and things like that. They want to make sure the home's safe and the family's safe for the child. So the intake, the very first visit you have with your caseworker from the agency, this is after your license and a child is in your home. It's an intake visit, and the caseworker will be here to make sure that you have the info you needed on the child, make sure you get the services you need, and make sure all your paperwork is in your binder. Okay, I thought she was going to cry. She was coughing. And she's, like I said, she's also here to meet the child and get to know her or him. And so far, they've been very casual visits. I was a little uptight the first time. And the funny thing is the very first time she came for little lady, the 5-month-old, is the day we got the call for Blondie. And I was having a very bad day, and she asked me when I told them to go ahead and bring Blondie over. She's like, "Are you crazy? You're just in here telling me how you don't know why the other one's crying." And even though she was crying for, she just got her shots, and I just didn't know how to comfort her and everything. She's like, "Here you are saying you're all nervous about this, and you accept another one." She said I was doing fine though, so it was okay. So, that was the intake visits. The follow-up visits, again, is to check, make sure everything's okay, the paperwork, you're getting the services you need, what we're doing with the child, like what kind of activities and socialization, and like we're doing gymboree and things like that. And, for older kids, she'll want to make sure they're in school and how they're doing in school, make sure they're getting the services and socialization activities and things like that they need, to get them a good start on life. And, they might walk through the home for an inspection. One time when our caseworker from the agency came, she had a lady come with her that did a home inspection. I had no idea this lady was going to do this, but fortunately everything was okay. It wasn't that long after we got licensed, so wasn't enough time for anything to get out of order. So the CPS visits, now that's the agency. Now the CPS visits are about the same. We've only had one visit, except for when the children are dropped off, which they don't, you know, as I said in the previous video, they don't stay very long. They basically get you to sign some paperwork and they're out. So the lady that came this last for the CPS, she just came to meet the baby, and because she was new, I'm no, we'll have visits later for inspection purposes, but I'll have to do another video on that once we have that. Once I have that experience, because I haven't experienced that yet. Look, my necklace keeps catching the light. I love that. It's cool. It makes me feel all Hollywood. Sometimes the visits are announced, sometimes they're not. You know, you just got to make sure your home, that's the thing, is you have to make sure your home is safe all the time. Not for the visits that these caseworkers are going to come and do, but for the children. I mean, that's just common sense. And if you do what you're supposed to, no sense in getting nervous. And like I said, so far the visits have been casual. You know, they'll let you know of any updates on the case, and of course you'll share any information you know. Sometimes, especially where the agency's concerned, I found that I know more information than they do, because I talk to caseworkers and I talk to the lawyer, the guardian, whatever they're called, the lawyer person for the baby, and I talk to her CASA, and the CASA is who I've gotten the most information on. So I don't know if I don't think I've done a video on the CASA yet, so I'll have to, I think that might be my next video. They are just a wealth of information if you have the right one, and so for Blondie, we had the right one. For little lady, we really never met her CASA, but she wasn't here very long. However, we did meet her brother and sister's CASA several times, because she brought the children over for a visit. I want to wrap this up. We're not talking about CASAs right now. We're talking about the visits, the intake visits and follow-up visits with your agency and CPS. So, anyway, that's about it. Anyways, you know, you'll talk about taking more kids too. They'll always ask that. They want to fill your house, and unfortunately we're not going to be filling our house, because I just don't think, I think with Blondie here right now, I think she needs us, so we're gonna focus on her, like I've said before. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it's very casual visits. They just want to come and get to know you and get to know the babies or the children and make sure everything's okay. And if you keep up with what you're supposed to keep up with, you have nothing to worry about. I mean, I'm sure there's, you know, hard-nosed caseworkers that are looking for something wrong, but we haven't had that experience yet, so I can't really talk about that. So anyway, I hope this has been, it's been rambling like I do. I mean, I am ramblings from a girly girl. That's my, because I ramble a lot. But hopefully you did get some information. And the purpose of me doing these videos is to document my experience and to let anybody who might be wondering if they want to be foster parents, maybe this will give them something to push them over the edge. So far, it's been a great experience. But of course, we do have infants, so we don't have, you know, the wild teenagers and stuff. She's not crying. She's just letting me know she's there. But she's fixing to get mad. You're fixing to get mad, aren't you? Oh, she's getting mad. Oh, she's looking at the cat. Oh, isn't the kitty cute? I'll do that. Oh, you know, to Belle, our cat, I'll say, oh, she's so cute. And she rolls over and shows her tummy when I make that noise. Well, now Blondie's trying to mimic the noise. Oh. Oh. She's not going to do it. She's going to laugh at me now. Okay, again, I hope this information's helped, or at least has been entertaining. I don't know.